All of these years I've been looking for a single game that feels the same as when I played Patapon on the PlayStation Portable. And finally, I have found only one. And it's a spiritual successor. After 12 years. What? I had this idea before I even knew it was called Ratatan. So yeah, of course, if there is one person that I trust will be able to do it, it's Hiroyuki Kotani. Why? Because he's the I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's where the Patapon idea came from. He's less likely to face a backlash if a game that's being created is one-to-one with Patapon. I know that's a highly cynical point of view, and my intention wasn't to be all negative. Other than him, Patapon, or in the case of the near future, Ratatan, will never have a competitor. Mostly because of plagiarism, but I'll get there, no worries. If you come here with the thought, oh, but there is a Ratatan. You fool! You activated my trap card. That's like saying Dark Souls and Elden Ring are different games. Technically they are, but their philosophy and design aren't. That's what's happening here as well. The only difference here is FromSoft Design breeds a new genre called Souls-like. But other than Ratatan in the not so near future, have you ever played a game like Patapon? Do not type the whole series under that comment section, I swear to God. To catch you all up, even though I know you know already if you click on this video, Patapon is a rhythm game series on the PSP. It combines rhythm with another genre known as strategy. The gameplay loop is pretty simple, like a normal action RPG. You wait or predict the enemy's actions to decide on yours. However, the game itself isn't. I literally used 3 genres to explain the game. That should be a telltale. To put it in perspective, the gameplay loop goes like this. After the whole choosing quest debacle, the game is a 2D side-scrolling where the main objective is to get your army to the other end. Except for Patapon 3, but let's keep it simple. On the way, you might find that the world is hating on you for no reason. So there are some obstructions like the rivaling armies that not only block your way, but also play the role of the defender, attacking you while you pass. There is also rocks and buildings you gotta destroy, and there is also my favorite, the bosses. A combination of these makes you need to be observant, changing tactics between telling your army to either march, attack, or defend at the right time. There are even more commands to make your choices a lot more varied. Before we continue further on, please allow me to slip into something a little more comfortable. Now, I'm going to say something with a bit of blasphemy, so bear with me. I don't think Patapon is a rhythm game.
What? No, alright. I know that sounds bad.
I mean, just from the gameplay loop alone, it's merely a strategy game. The rhythm plays a part only when inputting commands like it's paper to a drawing. Does it change the result of the drawing? I'll let you speak for yourself. Go on. The core gameplay loop mainly lies in strategy. You see what the enemies are up to, you take an action based on that. And it's not even you take an action, more like you tell your army to take an action, the blood and bone of a strategy game. And let's be real here, if I go out and pester other peeps about what they think is a rhythm game, it'll be like this. Patapon sort of sit more in the RTS strategy side of things, where it's like an army management game but in 2D. Even yet, I think Patapon sits even closer to action with how fast-paced the gap between the enemy's action and your choice is. Kinda reminds me of a certain indie game called Dark Souls. I would even go as far as to say Patapon is a Souls-like. This is my second sin today, may Father forgive his humble servant. Strategy tends to have you already working out multiple possibilities like you are Doctor Strange. Action RPG tends to steer towards how you counteract an enemy's behavior, which means you won't know which is the best move until the enemy already moved. And by that time, you already picked the worst move ever. Oh god. Now, I did say Patapon's rhythm is merely the paper in the bigger picture, but now I'll be turning it on its head and say, how are you going to draw without a paper? That's right, fellas. While rhythm is only the medium, it is what binds them all together. Whether it's by conscious choice or unconscious choice, making everything revolve around the rhythm amps up the difficulty and thus the reward as well. It's a strategy game and you have to think fast enough to keep up with the music, but your train of thought is limited by the enemy's next move. And the reason why this is so important, why this is genius, why this cannot be replicated, will be explained by another tangent. It's okay, I'll be quick. If you have heard, watched, or even played Sekiro, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the statement, Sekiro is a rhythm game. I find it odd, not the statement. I would even go as far as to say that this goes as far back as Dark Souls. But people seem to just forget about it like it's a forgotten oldest child.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
The rhythm isn't exactly in the music, although Yuka Kitamura is a goated composer. It mainly lies in the combat. It's like a dance, a tango of death between you and the enemy. You see their swings, you step to the left. You see the sweep, you step to the right.
Cha-cha, real smooth.
There is this exchange where you try to fill in the rhythm of the enemies with your own. You cannot just randomly input commands and hope everything works out. And if you miss, let's just say a sprained ankle won't be the last of your problems. From Dark Souls to Patapon to even indie games like Hollow Knight, the rhythm isn't what button is being shown to be pressed. It's a lot more interactive than that. Involves a lot more brain power. You take the rhythm out of Dark Souls, it's basically a number simulator. You take the rhythm out of Patapon, it's practically a strategy game. That sounds like I'm slamming down strategy games. I'm not. Now please, put down the chess piece. But that's why it's also harder to replicate Patapon. It's a combination of an already fleshed out genre, strategy and rhythm games, that is too far down into the niche. Anyone that tries to replicate the formula will just end up with another Patapon, or a spiritual successor, I suppose. The game's narrow and too specific of a formula also breeds an entirely new market. Proof? Me. I don't like rhythm game that much and I'm too dumb to think 5 steps ahead. I'm the type of guy who would lose a chess match against himself. It should speak volumes that I played this series, all 3 of them, and went, yeah, I like it. People either like it or they don't know about it. There is no in between. No, this series has no hater. If you're a hater, you don't exist. But because there are so few people in the market, there are also fewer people to try and remake that experience. Those who do, thank God I didn't have an iPhone. There are some better, less plagiarist one, like Jungle Rumble, but really isn't there yet. And some completely missed the mark by thinking Patapon is only the mini eyeballs. They didn't really get far because tiny market equals to tiny profit. Might as well make the new Battle Royale and be flabbergasted when it flops because there are too many of them in the market right now. What I'm saying is, the formula is already perfect. And even if it's not, we as in the Patapon lovers, don't have enough resources to throw at replicating that experience. Literally the only spearheader of the Patapon formula that tries to add on to the formula is the game developer themselves. Shout out to Mr. Kotani as the game designer. Which brings me to close this video with a ratatan. I am so happy to hear that the series is not dead. Back then I was scraping for scraps, searching if Patapon 4 was even happening, to think it actually does after 10 or so years. It doesn't even matter if I like it or not. It means a lot more to hear that the formula is still being used, thrown into the fronts for people to see. If it didn't hit me now, I'm 100% sure it will hit in the later iterations. Yes, I believe the game will just grow from here. The series is not dead, guys! Oh my god! Enough of me fangirling, fanboying, let's just get to it. Number 1. A lot of people seem to prefer playing solo, but the team really seem to nudge people more towards playing with friends. I am with the team in this one. Not because I have many friends, but because seeing Patapon 3 again, I can see where their directions is headed. And this is what I would say a step in the right direction. This seems like the Patapon 3 that we deserve or something. because it felt closer to Patapon 2 with army management, but the ideas of Patapon 3's multiplayer. Me personally, I'm excited to play online. Number 2. Looking at the gameplay and how the characters and world move, is this a 3D model? It doesn't feel the same. I thought at least they would do all the characters' assets in 2D, but it seems some of them aren't. Number 3. Is that a... That's just straight up a dodonga. They don't even try to hide it. Number 4. I'm not exactly fond of the syllables using the same vowels. It feels harder to differentiate than with pata and pon. The tan in ratatatan felt like it shouldn't be separated. Number 5. Vertical slope.
It's over, Anakin!
A lot more variation to the formula means the game will be much more exciting. Number 6. I talk about the visual and I want to dive deeper now. To be honest, I'm skeptical with the style they're going with. Patapon silhouette-like characters versus the colorful background made it easy to keep your eyes on what's happening on the screen. The fact that not only Ratatatan has the two being as colorful but also of the same art style makes me anxious if this will be another Diarrhea Christmas lights or not. Number 7. This will be the 4th scene of the day, but I am not too fond of the music.
No.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, hear me out. The best rooster of the series I prefer was from Patapon 3. I really like the rock style they were going back then. Hey, it's not my fault I love metal. There is a lot more skepticism I have, but I'm going to put them on the back burner for now. All in all, I'm excited to see not only the game, but where this new genre is headed. I hope with Rats on Milk, people will finally be able to have the courage to try and brave this formula. Hopefully, Rotan will be successful enough to entice new devs to try new creative things. Godspeed to the team at Ratata Arts. I hope only for the best. There is a statement that I agree with when I, obviously, have to research and see what people have to say about Patapon. This is the video and the comment by Tucker. Replying to another commenter, he says, "Limitations breed creativity." So true, so true. Man, I wonder how are they doing over at Nintendo? It is very sad to me to see an old game with potential where I can see what they are trying to achieve squandered just because of a lack of resources. Same with Rengoku on my other video, but Patapon finally got another chance. I hope more games got that chance. But that's all from me, for real this time. Let me know if you're also excited for Ratatan. What's the most exciting thing you'll be waiting for? If you enjoyed the video, smash like, subscribe, it makes your boy happy, and I'll see you when Ratatan comes out. What do you mean it's in 2025? Fine, I guess I'll play Patapon 3 for now.